Hello, everybody. Welcome to AMA Houston Academy and the Who You Know Job Networking Show. It's powered by AMA Job Forward. Today we have a really special guest, Trevor Houston. He's a LinkedIn expert and host of the Who You Know Show. I'm Hami Arrington, President-elect of AMA Houston. And before we get to Trevor, I have a few AMA announcements to make. So AMA Houston is my favorite topic to talk about. First of all, did you know that AMA Houston is the largest marketing community in Houston? And then did you know that AMA Houston is the strongest and largest AMA chapter in the nation? It is. I didn't know this either before. I moved to Houston about 7 years ago, and I really didn't know anybody in the city. I definitely didn't know anybody in marketing. So to network, I was looking for the best organization in town. And so I found AMA Houston. I ended up going to a luncheon, and the first person that I talked to at the luncheon was somebody who was able to connect me with somebody for a position. He knew somebody that was looking for somebody with my skills, and I was unemployed. So it was really a great match. And I ended up working with that person for a couple of years. Fast forward to now, I am an AMA super fan, of course. Naturally, I'm president-elect, so of course I'm a super fan. But most of my friends that I have in Houston, I've met through AMA. My business partner, I've met through AMA. I actually know somebody that met her husband through AMA. So it's a really great community to be a part of. And then, it's really brought a lot to my professional life, but also my personal life, obviously. So I encourage you to join. The price this year is $149, which is half the price it used to be. AMA National went through and lowered the price earlier this year. So it's all the same benefits, but for half the price. Join today by visiting ama.org/join. And so that's it for me. I'm going to actually turn it over to Rebecca Silva, and she's the Director of Job Forward Success.
Thank you, Hami. I'm so glad that all of you came to join us today. We're so excited to tell you about Job Forward. We have been in operation since 2018, helping marketing professionals who are unemployed get connected with their next job by sharing resources, sharing our connections, sharing job search tips, and paying it forward after we've been able to help someone land a job, to share those resources with active job seekers across the board. We're so glad to be putting on this event for you and telling you how you are just one connection away, just one step away from getting that dream job and getting that offer letter. We're so grateful to the Who You Know Show and Trevor Houston and his whole team for supporting us and being there for all the job seekers across the board. I'm so glad to introduce Trevor Houston to those of you who don't already know him. He's a LinkedIn networking expert dedicated to helping job seekers everywhere. So Trevor, thank you so much. Take it away.
All right, so I'm excited because we've got a ton of resources for you today, a ton of information to get through. I am going to go super fast. It's going to be like a fire hose of information, but don't worry about taking notes or anything like that, because we actually have some systems in place behind the scenes that is going to make sure that you don't miss a thing today, okay? So just make sure you're paying attention. This is going to be very engaging throughout the day. I'm going to be calling people out. I'm going to be calling your name because this is a 2-hour presentation. And one thing I know is when it's 2 hours, right, it's going to be, it has to be engaging to keep your attention. Otherwise, you'll just, you'll fall asleep. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull up my presentation here. Give me just a second while I do that. And we will get started. All right, so Who You Know Job Networking Show. This is the Career Transition Summit. Rehumanize your job search and create opportunities. But let me give you a quick introduction to who we are, where we came from, and where we're going. So the Who You Know Job Networking Show consists of myself. My name's Trevor Houston. You've got Mark Elder, who is also online with us today. And then you also have Foster Williams, AKA the Job Father. So let me know if any of you have heard of the Job Father before. I know a lot of people know him. He's been in the recruiting industry for over 30 years. So I'm going to play this quick video, and hopefully everybody can hear this okay.
Hey there, I'm Trevor Houston, the creator of the Who You Know Summit, and I'd like to welcome you to the Who You Know Job Networking Show.
On our program, we'd like to show you a job search like you've never seen.
Everything from getting noticed by employers, how to properly format your resume, and how to network effectively using LinkedIn to drive recruiters to your profile.
We even take suggestions from our amazing community.
So if you want to learn all things job search, go ahead and subscribe now.
Focus! It's all about the job search. So if you want to learn how to land that next success, you heard them. All you got to do is subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on a thing.
So make sure you guys go do that. Go check us out on YouTube for more resources. Guys, we got started back in 2015 when we were introduced to the Job Father. And it was something that we started volunteering. Mark and I started volunteering at a local church to get the idea what the job seekers were struggling with. So I'm going to go to the next slide, and I would like to hear from you if any of you can relate to this. Okay, this is what we found. This is what we saw was happening in the community. The job search process has been dehumanized. Okay, basically what that means is the internet created a big problem. You've got all these people applying online, and they're hitting that apply now button. It's too easy. And so it created this problem where you have a surplus of applications, especially now with COVID. You got too many applications going in the system. And so employers start getting a little bit picky. They start looking for what we call the purple squirrel. And the purple squirrel is where they want you to fit all those check boxes, right? They want somebody who doesn't really exist on paper, somebody who's maybe got 15 years of experience, but is only 20 years old, right? They're looking for somebody like a unicorn, right? We call it the purple squirrel. And then they also put all these new processes in place to disqualify candidates, make you take all these personality assessments and all this stuff. And then you got the ATS. The ATS scans for keywords, and if your keywords aren't just right, forget about it, right? You're getting those canned emails back. And you know what? If that's not bad enough, then you have a communication problem within the hiring process. So let's say you get into that interview process. How many of you have been ghosted before? Has anybody here been ghosted? Tell me in the chat. Just put #ghosted if you've ever had that. So that's what we found, guys. Yeah, Christina. Oh my gosh, so many people. Yep, everybody's been ghosted, right? So guys, the problem is that the human element has been stripped from the job search. So we have to face that, and that's what we're here to do, is to help you get out of that black hole and to get the human element involved, all right? So here's what we were finding, though, the stats, okay? So this is what the problem leads to, is that qualified candidates are getting less and less interviews. What we're finding is, on average, you're getting about 1 interview per month, and that's when the next stat comes into play. Per $10,000 in salary that you're trying to get, it could take you up to a month. So if someone's trying to get a $120,000 salary, it could take them up to a year. Now, these are stats that we know of. On average, 1 interview per month is what people are getting. What I would like to hear is from you in the chat, like, how many interviews are you getting? Are you getting more than that, less than that? Because what we know is that the more interviews you get, the shorter that search time, right? And so, see, I got a lot of people saying yes. So what I'd like for everybody to do, go ahead and just tell me in the chat, how many interviews on average per month are you getting, right? Because I'll tell you, if you're getting 2, 3, 4 interviews a month, like, okay, who's that? Fabinia, she got 3, 4, Alicia got 4. Look, the people that are getting 3 and 4 interviews a month, you are on your way to landing. So I do want you to know that. A lot of people, oh my gosh, Andy, 15 to 20. So I want you to know, Andy, you're about to land a job any minute now. You're doing the hard part. The hard part is getting those interviews. So congrats to you. I'm going to have some donuts ready for you, because you're going to land any minute now. But on average, what we're finding is people are getting about around 1. So what we're going to do is help you to increase those interviews. That activity will help shorten the time it takes for you to get back to successful employment. All right. And let me show you how we're going to do this, guys. The comparison for people that come through here beforehand, the current situation, you know, we got fewer interviews, extended search times, which lead to a bunch of other problems, guys. Emotional anxiety, financial stress, marital problems, depression, you name it, guys, we've seen it all. And that's why we're here to help. After completion of this course, what you're going to find is that you're going to get increased visibility on LinkedIn. What we're seeing is people are reporting to us 450, 550% increases in their engagement and their visibility on LinkedIn. That is massive, guys. 2 conversations a day, every single day with decision makers, okay? What I want for you is 2 real conversations every day with recruiters or hiring managers, with people that are involved in that hiring process. So my question to you is, if I could help you to achieve that, think about that for just a second. If I could help you to get 2 conversations a day with decision makers, do you think that would help you, or do you think it would shorten your job search, right? Tell me in the chat. We got Liberty, we've got Martin, Sharon. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, absolutely, it 100% would, and it would cut down on the search time. You would have more confidence because you'd have a pipeline full of interviews, and it would decrease your search time by 35 to 45%. So that's the goal of this summit. I'm excited to be with you guys so we can get to that. All right. One thing I know though, is that everything I'm going to teach you here today is uncomfortable. Okay. Who has heard that growth happens outside your comfort zone? Tell me in the chat. How many of you have heard that saying before? Growth happens outside the comfort zone. Well, it does 100%. What we find is that most job seekers, when you were working, right, at your last job, you were, you know, in your comfort zone. You felt safe and in control. Everything's good. And then for whatever reason, whether you left on your own, or maybe you quit, maybe you got fired, maybe you got furloughed because of COVID. Who knows what the reason is? We find most job seekers right here in the fear zone. And guys, here's what I want to say about fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Fear is the enemy. The enemy came here to lie, kill, and destroy, and he wants to use fear as a tool to do that. He wants to keep you isolated, keep you afraid and in the dark, and you'll find excuses. You start to be affected by the opinions of others. You have a lack of self-confidence. So guys, we have to get past the fear zone. My question to you is there any part of your job search that is comfortable right now? Any part of it? No. Like, the whole thing is uncomfortable. So let's just embrace the uncomfortable and let's grow, okay? You're all here today because you want to learn some new skills. You want to extend your comfort zone. You want to deal with the challenges and the problem. I told you earlier, the biggest problem is that the job search has been dehumanized, right? So we got to deal with that. And hopefully I can get and inspire some of you here in this group. That is my mission, is to get you here to the growth zone. The growth zone is where we're going to set out some new goals. We're going to conquer our objectives. We're going to live out our dreams and find purpose. Guys, for Mark, for Foster, for our team, this is our purpose. This is our ministry. This is our give back in the community. And there's only one thing. Actually, you know what? There's 2 things I'm going to ask of you. Okay, only 2. All right. So number 1, share your stories with us. If something good happens from this summit, right? If you get good results, share them with us. We need to hear your stories. And then the second thing, guys, is to pay it forward. Make sure that you help other people. We have a saying in the group called HOPE, help one person every day, pay it forward. And that's how you can help us going forward, guys. All right. So we got to get out of our comfort zone. But one thing I know is that sometimes when things are uncomfortable, sometimes you just need some leadership. You need some accountability. And that's what my whole team is here to do. We've got some special folks online with us. We've got Hope Mangita. We've got Holly Gordon. Mark's here with us. I have a whole team here to support you, to get you those results. Sometimes if things are uncomfortable, you just don't want to do it, right? So we're here to kind of like, make sure you get done what you want to get done. Here's Tom Landry. His famous quote is, leadership is getting someone to do what they don't want to do to achieve what they want to achieve. I do have a quick question for the audience here. Any Cowboy fans? I mean, you see what happened to Dak over the weekend? Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for him. We did win the game yesterday. It was an ugly game. Any Cowboy fans? Anybody? Here? No, I got some thumbs downs. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully you guys can appreciate Tom Landry. He was, famous coach here. So that's his saying, leadership is getting someone to do what they don't want to do to achieve what they want to achieve. Holly's here online with us, Holly Gordon. She's here to hold your hand to make sure you get the results. She's going to walk you through the next steps after this summit so that you actually get some results, because the last thing that we want to have happen, guys, is that you spend 2 hours with us today and then you go home and then you get nothing done and there's no results. Okay, we got to get results. All right, so after this summit, you're going to get a video library. I put this together for you so that you don't have to really pay attention and take notes. So step by step, it's instruction manual about everything we're going to talk about today. You're also going to get our network, right? Our network is built up over 30,000 recruiters, hiring managers, career coaches, subject matter experts, different resources that are there and designed to help you, okay? And so we're going to give you this network, and you can leverage it to open doors, to make introductions. Mark is actually going to walk us through that process in the second half of this summit. So make sure you stay with us the whole way so that you get this, this list. But you want to know the secret sauce to this list, guys? The secret sauce to this list is what we call Who You Know alumni, okay? It's classes of people that we've taught this strategy to years and years and years ago who are back to work, right? So one of these days, your name will be on this list, okay? And we're going to expect you to pay it forward to open doors for the next class who's coming through, okay? So we'll walk more through this here in a second. Make sure you stay tuned all the way through to get access to this list. All right, let's go through the agenda real fast. We got a lot to get through. We're going to give you an introduction to the process. We're going to go over pods and hashtags, digital business cards, engaging your network with video, bomb. If you are taking notes, I would put a little gold star next to this one. We have scheduling informational interviews. We'll take a quick break halfway through. During that break, if you want to stay, we'll do a quick live Q&A. We're going to go through corporate career opportunities. There are some positions out there like HR, project management, QA, accounting and finance, different things like that we want to introduce you to. Hopefully we can open a door there. We're going to go over some financial tips, because when you're in a career transition, you're in a financial transition. Whether you like it or not, there's a lot of things that are being impacted financially for you. We're going to talk about some of those. LinkedIn virtual introduction training. That's where Mark's going to go over that process of our network and how we can open doors for you. And then at the very, very end of the summit, there's going to be a 10-question survey, okay? And all we want to know from you is the things that you are going to do or the things you're not going to do, okay? We want to spend time in the areas that you need our support, not in the areas that you don't want our support, if that makes sense. So at the very end, make sure you stay tuned. 10 questions, just tell us what you want, what you don't want, and we'll go from there, okay? All right, next is after the summit today. At 3 p.m. we have another group, and you are all invited to join us. This event is every Monday at 3 o'clock, and it's directly after here. So if you want to hang with us, I highly recommend it. Let me play this quick video.
We're doing something new, something that the audience has been asking us for a long time, and we're calling it the Coach's Corner. How do you like that? So we are actually creating a brand new job networking group just for you, just for our summit attendees to come through to get some extra support, some extra encouragement. This is for not just job seekers, this is for recruiters, this is for our network, this is for coaches and subject experts, and they're going to be there to help support you, and you're going to be there to get your questions answered that you have from the summit and anything else you got going on. Send us an email to whoyouknowshow@gmail.com. If you want access to Coach's Corner, send me an email and I'll get you in.
All right, so after this summit today, if you want in, I will send you the link. I'll put it in the chat here today, and you can come join us over there at 3 o'clock. We highly recommend that you do. We have a whole nother group waiting for you for networking purposes. It's going to be great. So, all right. Let's get started. Let's talk about this algorithm. How many of you know what the heck the algorithm is? Like the LinkedIn algorithm. Maybe you've heard of this before. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. How many of you have heard? Tell me in the chat. Let's see. Linda. We got, who else do we got with us? Robert, what do you think? Christine, what do you think? Have you guys heard of this algorithm thing before? Yep, you guys have heard of it. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about it. The algorithm on LinkedIn is really looking for one thing and one thing only. It's looking for positive user experience. Now, there's this myth going on out there. A lot of people talk about this. You need 500 connections on LinkedIn. Go ahead and put your number. If you know what your number is, put it in the chat box. I want to hear that. You don't need to have 500 connections, okay? Now, I will say the bigger your network, the better if you're providing value. But I will say that you don't have to have 500 connections. That's a myth that people used to talk about, where you needed 500 for the algorithm to see and to make sure that your information is visible online. The algorithm determines what gets seen in your news feed, okay? And if you're searchable and if people can find you, right? So what they're really looking for, guys, is positive user experience. They want people to be promoting and to promote a positive user experience on the platform. They also want active users. They want people that are actually using the platform, people that like, comment, share, and do not forget this last one, create. The people who create content on the platform, they are gonna get way more engagement because LinkedIn doesn't have that many people actually creating content, believe it or not. So you need to be active. How many of you are active? Tell me in the chat box, right? So we got a lot of people, you got a lot of connections. Scott's got 1,000. Ooh, Martin's got 7,000. That's great. But tell me, are you guys active or inactive? And if you're inactive, that's okay. We just need to turn that around and we need to start creating content. And I'm going to show you some examples, okay? All right. So when you first start creating content on this platform, it can be tough to grow. Because the algorithm doesn't really know you yet. It doesn't really trust you yet. You know, you haven't really proven yourself worthy. So it can be a little bit tough. So we can create these engagement pods. You probably saw a message on LinkedIn, a group message on LinkedIn. Tell me in the chat if you saw that message. If you did not see that message, there is a reason, okay? I have to be connected to you on LinkedIn in order to add you in. So if you did not see it and you're online right now and you want to be in part of one of these engagement pods, I need you to go to LinkedIn and connect with me. Super important because it will not allow me to put you in unless we're connected. So make sure you do that. Get connected with me. Again, my name is Trevor Houston. All right, Holly just posted the link in there for you. Go get connected with me so I can enter you into this engagement pod. But basically, here's the premise, guys. We're all here with a common goal in mind, right? I hope everyone here is you know, actively seeking employment, right? You guys are looking for work. Maybe you're working right now, but we're here with a common goal. And so if we all work together and we collaborate together, we can help each other grow. And so what a pod is, it's a private group of active LinkedIn users, keyword active. You have to be active, guys. Who abide by certain guidelines. All members will comment, share, and like each other's posts that get published in the group, okay? This activity helps to trigger the LinkedIn algorithm, increasing your visibility, growing your network, and your authority within your industry. So pretty simple, guys. If you look at this water here on this plant, the water is the engagement. The more engagement that you get, the more likes, comments, shares, right? You're gonna grow. And so we're going to help each other to get this engagement. We are going to like and comment and share each other's content that you see get posted in that group, okay? It's a real simple concept, but it takes everyone working together, all right? So I'll make sure, if you connect with me, I'll make sure we get you into one of the pods so we can do that. Now, there are some rules to pods, right? The first rule is you need to be creating content, okay? If you're not creating content, then we really can't help you. I can't engage on your content. So you need to create. You need to engage on everyone else's content that you see get published in this group. Everyone grows together. Do not leave the group. You can mute the group, okay? So I'll give you an example why you might want to mute it. If you've ever been part of a group like text message or a group message, the notifications might drive you bonkers, right? You might get a million notifications on your phone and you're like, oh my gosh. Just go ahead and mute it. Do not leave the group, because if you leave it, guys, I'm sorry. I wish I could help you going forward, but you know, I can't. So make sure you stay in. And if you want further support, just mute it if the notifications are driving you bonkers. If you do mute the group though, guys, make sure you go back every day. Okay, that's where we say engage daily. Go back every day and check it. All right. All right, here are the results. Why are we doing this in the first place? It's like, okay, what are we doing here? We got this group and we're creating content. Why am I doing this? Here's why. The more views, the more reactions, the more comments, then ultimately the more recruiters are going to be looking at your profile. So here's an example. This was one piece of content, guys. 688 recruiters looked at my profile on one piece of content. My question to you is, if I can help you to get 688 recruiters looking at your profile, would that be a good day for you? What do you think? Tell me in the chat box. Do you guys think that'd be a good day or nah? Like, you guys aren't here to have that. Yeah, okay, Andy says yes. All right, Laura, hey, good for you. Absolutely, yeah, okay, great. So we need that, right? We need those recruiters looking at our profile. This is just one piece of content, guys. So that's why we create content. And that's why we need the engagement to trigger the algorithm to get more reactions, more comments, and ultimately more recruiters, okay? All right. Now, when it comes to creating content though, this is where a lot of people get hung up, right? They're like, I don't even know where to start, okay? Well, I'm gonna tell you where to start. It's real easy, guys. Go to Google, okay? Anytime you wanna know anything, go to Google, right? Google it. Also YouTube. And what you're gonna wanna do is no matter what industry you're in, you want to just type in the keyword mistake. So I'm going to show you an example here in just a second. All right, so here's an example. Are there any HR folks in the room? Any HR folks in the room? Tell me in the chat. I'm just using this as an example, right? So I type in HR, and then on the back end, I type in the keyword mistakes. And what happens is, okay, Nikki, she says, yeah, you're in HR. So this is perfect for you. I don't care what industry you're in, guys. If you're IT, project management, QA, accounting and finance, doesn't matter. Type that keyword mistakes at the back end of it, and then go to the next one where you're going to find this. Tons of content that's already been created, right? So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. What you need to do is go back, watch this, go to YouTube, watch the videos, go on Google and read some of these articles, and then put it in your own words, right? Put it in your own words. It's not plagiarism if you put it in your own words, okay? So you can do this in a bunch of different ways, guys. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. You can do it in articles. You can do it in copy. When I say copy, I mean the black and white text, okay? That's kind of like content creators. We use that lingo, copy. The copy means the black and white text. Pictures, videos, polls, slides, stories, lots of different ways to do content, guys. What do you think, which form of content do you feel like positions you as the thought leader in your industry and gives you authority and shows you as the expert? Which one of those really does that in the best way? Would it be articles, copy, pictures, polls, videos, slides, stories? What do you guys think? Articles, Christine says. David says video. David, you are correct. Mandy, I see you as well. You are correct. Videos, guys, it's the hardest to do. I will tell you, it's not the easiest, but I get to know someone a lot better through a video than I do through black and white text. Okay, we're just better in person. We're better face to face, eyeball to eyeball. So the video, you get to know, you get to feel who they are and get to know who they are as a person. And you instantly get to decide, do I trust this person or not? Right, and that's what helps you position authority and helps to position you as an expert. So I would highly recommend video, but I don't care how you do it, guys. Just make sure that you're creating content and you do it consistently, okay? Consistently is the key word. All right, so again, I'll go through those steps. Mistakes or tips, that's what you wanna type on the back end, right? Mistakes or tips, go find the content and recreate the content in your own words. Be creative and think outside the box and recreate this content. It's gonna make you sharper. It's gonna make you smarter. You're gonna be better at your own job or your own field of expertise because you're learning every single day about it, right? So go become the thought leader in your industry. For those of you that wanna tackle video, you're thinking, okay, I like this video thing, I'm understanding it. We have an offer for you. Now, this is a very, very large group here. So there's quite a few of you here, and it's going to make sure that we're definitely busy over the next couple of weeks with these videos. But I want to give you an offer, okay? And our team will put this together for you. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to go home and you're going to put together a video, okay? On your first attempt, I want you to just do it all on your own. I want you to be creative. I want you to think outside the box and try and impress me, okay? I've been doing this for years and years, and I want to see what you have as far as creativity on your end first. From there, if you're stumbling, which most people do, I will tell you right now, most people do not get this right, guys, so don't beat yourself up. If you're stumbling, I have an entire process for you behind the scenes. We're going to help you with it. We're going to make sure it's smooth and easy so that you can get it done. We can get this project done. We will actually handle the edits for you, so you don't have to edit a thing, and we will actually market it for you. We'll market it on the Who You Know show and on our pages. And we've got a very large audience of recruiters and hiring managers who watch these. So here's an example of one. This is Laura Van Camp.
Hey everyone, my name's Laura Van Camp. I wanted to take a minute to introduce myself. I am a product marketer. I've been in the industry for about 12 years now, working on consumer packaged goods, or #CPG. My passion for product development really is fueled by making consumers' lives easier. If I can make a product that is going to help them in their everyday life or for special occasions, that is definitely something that makes me happy and continues to make me want to innovate in the industry. I've had the pleasure of working on some pretty iconic brands and have a very diverse background. I am looking for my next opportunity and would love to connect with all of you out here on LinkedIn. So go ahead and click the link here. You'll be directed to my LinkedIn page. I'd love to connect with you.
All right, what do you guys think of Laura Van Camp? Tell me in the chat. It was a pretty good video, right? All the edits and all that good stuff. Yeah, well done, very well. You know what? I just got an alert. Man, I'm drawing a blank on who they were, but their video just got them a job. Just the other day, I just got that email. I'm drawing a blank who it was, so you'll have to forgive me. But guys, this stuff works. Okay, I'm just telling you, it works. Especially we're going to market it for you. We're going to edit it for you. We're going to take all the heavy lifting off of you. So I really hope that I see like 130, because I think there's like 130 people online with us right now. I hope I see 130 of these things come through. Make sure we're busy over the next couple of weeks. Okay. All right. So yeah, all you're going to do, guys, is send your video in to whoyouknowshow@gmail.com. Remember, your first attempt, you're going to be creative and do it on your own, and we'll take it from there. Okay. All right.
Hey, everyone.
So now let's talk about tagging versus spamming. My first question I have for you is, when you get tagged, I want you to look at this example over here, right? So here I am. I got tagged in this, and you know, this guy, he put a question here. How are you looking on the bright side of life? And he tagged a bunch of us. I think this was actually half of the group that got tagged. My question to you is, do you feel good about that? Does that make you feel good? Do you like it? Is it like, you feel special? Looks like spamming. Yep. Yeah, it sure does. It is kind of spammy, right? The reason why he's doing this is Robert is trying to entice my engagement. He wants me to comment, right? Because again, remember I told you earlier, the more comments and likes and shares and all that, right? The more reach that your content gets. So the more eyeballs, and we need visibility, right? So that's what he's doing. So I don't blame him. He's just trying to get some engagement here. But this is what we call bulk tagging. And bulk tagging, if it's done incorrectly, guys, will hurt you. So first thing I want you to know is stick to 5 to 10 people, okay? 10 max. You don't want to do more than that. Stick with a short group of people. Make sure that it's relevant to them, like the content that you create and the people that you tag, make sure that they actually want to see it, right? A good place to start if you're thinking like, how do I find people that want to see my content? Well, anybody that's ever commented in the past, chances are that they might want to engage again. If they've enjoyed your content in the past, they might do it again. Make sure though, if you're going to do that, rotate them. Don't always tag the same 5 to 10 people all the time. That's also spammy. Think about that. If you got tagged every single day on someone's post. That would drive you nuts. So don't do that. The other thing is, when you start tagging these folks, you want to do it in the comments. Don't ever do it in the post itself. The copy of the post, don't do it in there. Do it in the comments. You can be your own first comment, and we would encourage you to do that on all of your posts, actually. Comment first on all of your posts, have a question, and maybe tag 5 people and get them to engage on that content. This strategy does work very well if it's done correctly, but if you do it incorrectly, the LinkedIn algorithm will look at you as like you're doing spammy, and they'll dock you. They actually, the algorithm will stop showing your information to a lot of people. So I want to make sure I explain this correctly, because we see it all the time, and I don't want anybody here doing it the wrong way. Okay. All right, hashtags. Hashtags are important. Some of these hashtags are very, very large and have huge followings. Like this one here, hashtag careers, has over 21 million followers. So you can use this on your post, and potentially over 21 million people might see it, right? It doesn't guarantee that they'll see it, but the people that follow it shows in their newsfeed. So, you have a higher likelihood that these people will see your content. So my question is, can you use more than one hashtag? Or are you limited to one? Tell me in the chat. Are you limited to one, or can you use more than one? And also, what do you think? Not limited, Joy says. Yep. Can use many. Yep. No more than 3. Tony. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Tony. Yeah, you don't really want to use more than 3. I mean, you can, but you don't want to. Again, it comes back to being spammy. I saw somebody, they used 50 hashtags on their content. And again, if you got more hashtags than you have words on your content, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Make sure, stick to like 3 relevant hashtags, but go look them up and start following the hashtags that are in your industry. So I'm going to give you a few here. Hashtag who you know. Each and every one of you, I would encourage you to follow this hashtag. You can actually use this hashtag. This is a community hashtag. Hashtag who you know is for recruiters, it's for hiring managers, it's coaches, it's job seekers, it's everybody, okay? Use that hashtag and follow it. All you have to do to follow is type it in the search bar, and then you'll see it pop up, and then you just click the follow button. Here's some other things too, guys. I would encourage that you start following things that are relevant to your job search. And here's what I mean by that. So do you want the algorithm to determine what you see every day when you open up your phone and you look at your LinkedIn news feed? Do you want LinkedIn to determine what you see? Or do you want control? Do you want to determine what you see every day? Tell me in the chat. Do you want LinkedIn to do it, or do you want some of that control? Because here's what you want to do is start following the things that are relevant to you, right, in your job search. So I'll give you an example. If you're in HR, go follow hashtag HR. Go follow companies that you're applying to. Go follow the recruiters from the companies that you're applying, right? You want to start following things. You can follow people, you can follow companies, and you can follow hashtags, okay? So go start following the people and tailor your own newsfeed. Don't let LinkedIn choose for you. You need to determine it. You need to choose, okay? So I hope that really makes sense. And here are some other hashtags that you can go follow. I would encourage careers, recruiters, now hiring. There's a bunch of them, okay? All right. Digital business cards. So there's an app for your phone that you can download. Okay, this is not a website, it is an app. Okay, it's called Inigo, and they have a free version and they have a paid version. And the paid version, guys, I do feel like is worth it. I think it's like $10 and you get it for like the whole year. Okay, so here's what's important about the paid version. Right now, we know that you're being ghosted, right? I heard a lot of you say that. So again, tell me if you're being ghosted. Put hashtag ghosted in the comments. If these employers are ghosting you and you're not hearing anything back, you're getting crickets, right? Well, yeah, a bunch of you, hashtag ghosted, right? Well, here's the deal. The best time to follow up with an employer is when they are looking at you. And right now, you don't know when they're looking at you. You have no idea. So you need to have tools that have analytics, okay? And so that's what's important about this Inigo cards is whenever they save your contact info, you get to see a notification in real time. And so now you know that's a good time to follow up. You know that they're looking at you. Super important. So make sure, guys, use technology to your advantage, use tools to your advantage, and use tools that have analytics. It's really, really important, okay? So Inigo cards, go check it out. So our website, I do want to point a couple things out. We've got a lot of stuff going on our website. There's a lot of different ways for us to watch, for you to tune into the show. You're going to go to whoyouknow.show. You can tune in on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. There's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, you name it. We got all the channels, right? But you need to be watching on LinkedIn Live. That is where the party goes down, okay? That's where the recruiters are. That's where the hiring managers are. That's where the companies are. That's where the resources are. That's where the party is going on, live at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, Central Time, okay? 3 p.m. Wednesday, Central Time. So here, look, we had Emily Rhodes online with us last week. Make sure you guys tune in, again, 3 p.m. Wednesday. We also have other resources and events. Right now, we are doing the Job Resource Management series. This is a 12-part webinar series I've been teaching, and it's going to go a little bit deeper than what I'm going to cover for you today. The next event is actually tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So if any of you are available at 1 o'clock tomorrow, I highly encourage that you jump inside this event, and you will get all of the previous webinars. Again, we're on webinar number 8 right now, but you'll get all the previous webinars and the next ones that are coming up in the series. It is a 12-part series, okay? So I think Holly will get that link in the chat so you guys can register, and we'll make sure we get it to you as well. So if you want to join us tomorrow, you can. All right, here's some best practices while you're watching the show. Again, LinkedIn Live is where you want to be tuning in. You need to get in the comments, okay? The comments of LinkedIn Live, guys, I want to tell you, we have people land jobs literally from those comments. You want to put a hashtag and then your industry, whatever you're searching for, in the comments. So I'm actually going to have you do it right now. We're going to practice. Let's go ahead and do a quick practice round. Tell me what you are searching for. Put hashtag and then what is it? HR? Is it project management? If everybody in this entire group can go ahead. Yep, there we go. Social media, digital marketing, communications, aviation, marketing. So I love this, guys. This is exactly what you're going to want to do on the show Wednesday at 3 p.m. Okay, and here's why. Again, I have a big audience of recruiters who watch the show. And if I need data analytics, I'm going to go find John, right? If I need marketing, I'm going to go get Julie. If I need administrative specialists, I'm going to go get Linda. Does that make sense, guys? So when you're watching the show, make sure you put that hashtag, and these recruiters are going to go look at your profile. It's a great way to become visible, okay? Ask questions, get involved, tag other recruiters or other job seekers, anybody that you think could benefit from the show. Make sure you tag them, engage the other listeners, and watch for these mic drop moments, guys. Whenever you see those mic drop moments, get ready to sound off in the comments because we give away prizes and a lot of really fun stuff. So make sure you get ready in the comments, all right? Okay, here's an example of Vesna Como, okay? So Vesna Como says, I want to announce I'm starting a new role Monday with Wells Fargo via Matrix Resources. The recruiter, Andy Cook, found me on the Who You Know show November 13th. Thanks for bridging the gap. It's truly who you know. So what he did, guys, all he did is he put hashtag project management in the chat or in the comments of the LinkedIn Live. And Andy went and found him and looked at his profile. They got a conversation started. Next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom, he's got hired. But it never would have happened if he wasn't tuning into the show. All right, so make sure you do that and engage with the other resources that are there, okay? All right, I gotta make sure I'm in the right room. Do you guys want more interviews? You want more interviews? Let's see, we got Martin, Patricia, let's see who else we got with us. We got Alma, we got William, Linda, Lori. You guys want more? Just gotta make sure I'm in the right room. Okay, I got it. All right, you guys want more interviews. Let me show you a step-by-step instruction manual on how to get more interviews, but this is gonna be where it starts to get comfortable, okay? Are you guys ready to get uncomfortable, right? Are you ready to get uncomfortable to get your interviews? How about that? Tracy, what do you think? Christine, yep, yeah, okay, good. As long as you're ready, then I'm ready, all right? So the first step that we want to do is we want to start searching for those decision makers, okay? So let's just say, for instance, I'm going to use an example. Let's say I was looking for a job at Raytheon, okay? I want to work for Raytheon. Well, I'm going to go to the search bar. I'm going to type in recruiters, talent acquisition, hiring managers. Those are some of the keywords, right? I'm going to type that in, and then I'm going to put Raytheon, right? And do a simple search. It's pretty easy. I shouldn't have to walk you through that. You should know how to do a search by now on LinkedIn. If you don't, send me a message afterwards. I'll try and help you with that. But do a search, find these decision makers. What you'll find is there's a bunch of them. They live here on LinkedIn. Then the problem is getting them to get a conversation started with you, right? That's where most people struggle, okay, is actually getting that conversation started. So my question to you, how would you start that conversation? How would you get it started? Hilda, Martin, Robert, what do you think? Alicia, Heather, Sharon, what do you guys think? How would you start a conversation with Kaylee? What would you do? Yeah, Martin says many seem to ignore people. Yeah, that's true. Watching your content, send a video. Ooh, okay, so Robert, you've been watching, you've been tuning in, you know what's up. Let's see, ask a challenge they're having on their biz. So I like that. There's a lot of great comments coming in. Here's what you're gonna wanna do, all right? You're gonna want to, well, actually, before I go into that, let me show you what you don't wanna do. Let me show you what you absolutely do not want to do. This is the kiss of death. Do not send her a connection or an in-mail message right off the bat, okay? And the reason why is because every job seeker on the planet is doing this, all right? This is their first step. This is all they know. And they're just connect, and sending in-mail messages. And so to Kaylee, it's just, man, I tell you what, it's spammy to her. She gets it all day, every day from job seekers. So don't be like everyone else. Let's go to the back door of LinkedIn, okay? The back door of LinkedIn is the activity section, okay? The activity section tells me everything I need to know about Kaylee. Now, my question to you is, let's say you don't see this activity section. What does that mean? Let's say you don't see it at all. You go to her profile and you look and you're like, I don't see activity. What does that mean? Let's see, I gotta refresh the comments here. She's hiding it from non-connections, not a real person, hidden, non-active. Okay, all great. You know what, Tony, I like what you said here. There is a feature on LinkedIn where you can hide this. Okay, it's in the privacy settings, but I do want to tell you that this is defaulted to being on. And we find that 95% of people don't even know that they can turn it off. So chances are they didn't turn it off because most people don't know that they can turn it off, okay? Very rarely, very, very, very rarely. What it usually means, okay, like 95% of the time, if you don't see this, what it means is they're not active. They're not using it. They have a profile, but they don't use it, okay? And so move on. All I want to tell you is if you do not see this section, just move on, okay? If you do see this section, then you need to go to all activity, get to know them a little bit, find out what they are liking, find out what they are sharing, find out what they are commenting on, right? Those are the things that build commonality that you can build a conversation on, right? Find out what they are posting. That is real important, okay? So from there, what we want to do is here's where it gets real uncomfortable. You ready? It's gonna get real uncomfortable. Here we go. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave a video comment, okay? The video comment, guys, and I wanna tell you, I've got this little whiteboard here. Go to Walmart or go to Five Below, Amazon, get you a little whiteboard, okay? You can even, if you don't want a whiteboard, you can do a piece of paper, whatever. But make sure you have something and you write their name on it. It is so, so, so important that you do not mess this part up. Because if you don't do this, you're not gonna get great results. So you have to write their name on it, literally. And the reason why this works is because curiosity killed the cat. And if your name was written on this, you're gonna press play. You just are going to, right? So you write their name on a little whiteboard, you leave them a video comment on their content, And then the next step, well, actually, before I get into that, there's a lot of different ways to do this, guys. There's a lot of different services. There's Bonjoro, there's BombBomb, there's Loom, Vineyard, a bunch of different ones. There's only one that, I mean, it's the one I use personally, and there's only one that I know that gives you all of these features over here and that doesn't look spammy to the recipient. But go look it up yourself, guys. Do your own research. But I'm going to tell you the one I stand by is BombBomb. This is the one that we get more job landings from than anything else, okay? So I encourage you to use BombBomb to use that, to do that video message, that video comment. Here's an example of that message.
Hey, Kaylee, Trevor Houston here. I absolutely love your article. I loved when you were talking about X, Y, and Z. I thought that was really, really interesting. Hey, you know what? I know you're super busy, but I'd love to have a conversation with you sometime. Whenever you get an opportunity, my link to my calendar is down below. You can just select the time that works best for you. But look forward to seeing more of your content. Hope you have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, that video was all of 24 seconds long, okay? And what I want you to notice about this video is it's different from the other video I showed you. That other job seeker video I showed you had editing, it had little images and pop-ups, and it had captions, and it looked really fancy, right? Notice how this one is stripped down, raw, authentic, genuine, real, no scripting, no editing, no polishing. This needs to be the true you. What I just did, guys, it's actually very easy. It was 24 seconds. And what did I do? I left her a voicemail. Okay, I want you to think about it that way. I left her a voicemail on LinkedIn, right? And so my question to you is, that took me 24 seconds, right? And I did it in one take because, again, would you have to write a script to leave a voicemail? Would you have to record over and over and over to leave a voicemail? No, you would just do it, right? You're going to say it the first time, and that's the way it is. My question to you is, that took me 24 seconds. How many of those videos, those 24-second videos, could you send out in a day, right? You could go on LinkedIn and you could send out, and whatever your number is, I want you to put it in the chat box right now. It could be 10, it could be 100, it could be 5, it could be 1. Like, how many do you think you could realistically send out every single day, right? It was 24 seconds. All right, let's see what we got. 10, 20, 15, 20, right? Okay, good. Karen says 100. Woo, Karen. Man, I love that. That's what I'm talking about. So it's easy, right? It's simple. I left a voicemail, okay? Most of you I see on average, most people could do 10. Like, they know, like, I could do 10 of these. It's 24 seconds, okay? So I'm gonna explain why that's important here in a second. All right, the next part of it is you wanna include and embed your calendar inside of that video, okay? So one of the #1 pet peeves that recruiters have is this little game called phone tag, where you call them and leave a voicemail, right? And then they call you back and they leave a voicemail. And then you call them back and you leave a voicemail. And you're just going back and forth, voicemail, voicemail, voicemail. Who's done that before? How many of you have played phone tag before? Anybody here ever played? Yeah, Cindy says from a recruiter. Arr! Yeah, it's like the #1 pet peeve. People hate it. I hate it. Let me just put it to you this way. Ain't nobody got time for that. Quit doing it. Send them your calendar. How many of you have interfaced with Calendly before? Calendly sends them your online calendar and shows them your available time so that they can book. It's so convenient. It's like having a personal assistant, guys. It's amazing. And it's free. There's a free version of this, guys. Go get Calendly. So the first step is I send her a video voicemail with her name on it. And then I include this link to my calendar, and bada bing, bada boom. If I do this on a regular basis, you guys said that you could do 10 a day. That was about the average, 10 of these a day. With your calendar, you will start scheduling interviews, okay? Imagine that you did 10 a day. If you did 10 of these a day for 5 days, well, that's 50. Well, guess what? You get about a 50% booking rate. 50%. It's that high, guys. So if you left 50 in 1 week, all right, well, now you got 25 people scheduling with you. It is that real. It actually works that well. It's amazing. So I would highly encourage that you do this. But now what? your pipeline is full. You got all these interviews coming through and you're like, oh my gosh, I got so much activity. I don't know what to do. What do you do after your interviews? What's your process look like? Tell me in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. Andy, Christine, Angelia, Francis, Brittany, Tarina, what do you guys do after your interviews? Thank you letter, Robert says. I like that. Thank you note. Yeah, you can send a handwritten thank you note. That's awesome. Thank you letter, thank you email. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So what we want to do now is take it a step further. Okay. I'm going to do something that no one else is going to do. And I'm going to continue to use BombBomb. And I'm going to send a video email. Okay. So guys, BombBomb is not just a messaging tool. It is a communication tool. Anything that you can do with black and white text. Okay. If you can type it, you can do it with a video, and you can do it better face to face. Okay, so think about text messages, emails, comments, your messages on LinkedIn, your DMs. All of those can be done with a video, and it just works better. So I was actually featured on Forbes for this strategy right here. This is what we call the job search Trojan horse, and I'll explain why in just a second, why we call it the Trojan horse. So you use BombBomb, you send them a thank you email. It gives you a really nice email signature. I want you to think about your email signature. Does your email signature only have your name and phone number? Because if so, we need to upgrade you, okay? With BombBomb, you get the call buttons, you get your email, your social media icons, your website, your picture, all of that can be embedded in your signature. We need to upgrade your signature if it's just your name and your phone number. Here's an example of the video that I sent out saying thank you.
Hey, Susan, Trevor Houston here. I wanted to just take a quick second today and thank you so much for the conversation we had yesterday. I learned a ton about Toyota and the company culture there, and I'm actually super pumped and excited about the opportunity. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions, if you need any more information from me. My contact information is below. But again, I wanted to say thank you. Really appreciate your time, and look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a blessed day.
All right, so again, short, simple, to the point, 33 seconds long. I'm saying thank you. I'm excited. I can't wait. Let me know if you need anything else. My contact information is below. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye, right? It's real easy. You just do it in a video. Whatever you would say in your black and white text, it's easier and better to do it face to face, okay? The next thing that happens, let me show you an example here. This was the analytics that we start getting back. The analytics right now, what we're finding is 81% get more replies. So if you're not getting replies to your emails right now, you need this, I promise you. 81% get more replies, 87 get more clicks. You get to see it in real time anytime they click on your email, anytime they open it, play your video, click on your LinkedIn profile, you get to see it. So 87% more clicks, 68% lead conversion. What that means, guys, lead conversion means you're moving to the next stage in the process. You're going from the first interview to the second interview to the third to the close, okay? You're converting to the next stage in the process. 68% are moving forward. That's massive, okay? So the analytics are important, okay? They tell you a lot about what's actually happening behind the scenes. Here's an example of the job search Trojan horse. This is Clay Timmons. Listen to his testimonial video.
Hi, Clay Timmons here. I wanted to share my story of how Who You Know helped me land a job. I was laid off when the pandemic affected the economy, and I thought I knew lots of tips of finding a job. Had an interview, went really well, thought I would get the job, and a day later, I got the no thank you call. Then I attended the Career Transition Summit and got a few new tips that really helped and energized me. And one of those tips was to use the short bomb videos to get attention. So the next time I landed an interview, I put together a short video and sent that. I got on the Zoom video, and one of the first questions I asked the interviewer was, have you seen my video? And he said no, which I already knew because of the tracking that bomb videos provide you. I could tell no one had watched it. So he actually clicked on it right then and there and watched it, and he said wow, and he was impressed. The interview went well, and then I could tell other people had watched the video, including the CEO of the company, I later found out. So the interview progressed to a second interview, and now I have an offer letter. I think that video really made me stand out. There were over 111 applicants for this job. And that one little tip, I think, really made me stand out and gave me the edge that I helped to land a job. I'm so thankful to Who You Know for sharing all their wisdom and tips on getting a job.
All right, so this is why we call this the job search Trojan horse. There's a couple of things that he said in that testimonial that we see all the time. Number one, he said that the guy said, wow. Here's another example. I'm going to show you that you'll see it.
Hi.
Wow, here's the response. Okay, so Brooke sent in her video, and here's the response back. Hi, Brooke. Wow, you'll see this a lot. This word you'll see all the time. Wow. The best thank you I've ever received from a candidate. Love the additional information. It's clear you get it. Melissa will be reaching out early next week if she hasn't already. Have a great weekend. Smiley face emoji. My question to you guys is, who is Melissa? Who's Melissa? In this example of that response, who's Melissa? Tell me in the chat. What do you guys think? Who do we got here with us? Let's see, we got, oh, yeah. Stevani, hiring manager, the recruiter. It's the hiring managers, guys. So this is why we call it the job search Trojan horse. What's happening behind the scenes is that you're sending this video in as a thank you. They are so impressed by it. They are literally wowed by it, okay? Literally wowed, that they forward it to all the other decision makers, okay? So, and they tell you, I'm forwarding this to Melissa. What we find on average, guys, is that these videos get replayed on average 15 times because you get to see the analytics. So it gets played over and over and over and over and over again. Literally, that's why we call it the job search Trojan horse, because you get in the company and then you infiltrate the company. You get face to face now with every single decision maker involved in the process. It expedites your search. It expedites them hiring you because they get to know you a lot faster. This works extremely effective, guys. This is why we call it the job search Trojan horse and why they featured me on Forbes magazine. Here's another example. Again, right up here. Wow, cool. There's that word again. Wow. The first to receive a video thank you. I shared this with Fiona. Again, who the heck is Fiona? Fiona is the hiring manager. So that's what we call the job search Trojan horse, guys. I highly encourage that you use it. Check it out. Go play with it. It just simply works. All right. Also, what we call the second chance interview. If you ever left an interview and you're like, man, I haven't heard back, or maybe I answered the questions wrong or whatever, you can go back and send in a video, guys. And like, here's an example of Gia. She did that. She said, a couple of weeks ago, she scheduled a phone interview and got rejected an hour after the interview. She said it was frustrating. One of the answers to the question had been haunting her, so she was considering sending an email with a better answer. She sent a video with a better answer, and now I'm being reconsidered for the position. HR is going to send my information to the hiring manager. It worked. So this is, again, go back in time. Any jobs that maybe you feel like are not in the pipeline anymore, like you applied for them a while ago, go follow up with those and send them a video. You'll be shocked at what happens. All right, I wish I could tell you that BombBomb was 100% free. It is not. They do have a 14-day free trial that you do not have to even put a credit card on file for, okay? So don't worry about automatically getting charged at all. What I do have a challenge, and I encourage each and every one of you to do. I have a 14-day challenge for you. This is my challenge for you. Again, how many videos did you guys say that you could send out in a day? Tell me in the chat box. Go ahead and say it again. How many did you say you could do in one day? You said 10. I saw, well, somebody said 100, 50. All right. Here's what you're going to want to do. Go sign up, do the free trial, and for 14 days, commit, okay? Commit to it that you will send that number out every single day. So I'll give you an example. If you did 10 a day, okay, 10 videos a day, you would have sent 140 videos, 140 videos. And like I told you before, there's a 50% engagement rate to your calendar. They will book time with you and get a conversation. So in 14 days, at a 50% rate, right, all of a sudden you now have 70 booked conversations on your calendar, okay? And you haven't even started paying for it yet. You're gonna be so busy, guys. I promise you, you just need to do it. So guys, it's that impactful. Go do it. That's my challenge to each and every one of you. But if you have a question for me, what I would like to do is, I'm gonna stop the share real quick here, and I'll go ahead and answer those questions for you right now. We'll take about 5 minutes. We'll start back. Mark's gonna take us through the second half. Let's see, any questions? Just go ahead and put it in the chat and I'll see if I can answer it for you right now. Let's see what else. Okay, to Trevor's team, when we send you our video for editing, is this free of charge? Yes, yes it is. We decided to do that for job seekers a long time ago, and I take the heavy lifting off of your plate, because you know what? It's tough. Video editing and all of that can be really, really tough. So I know that if left to your own to do that, most people, they just won't. They won't do it at all because the editing. So to answer your question, no, you do not have to do that. Nikki says, how do I get in the pod? To get in the pod, you need to connect with me. You have to be connected with me, and then I will add you into the pod. Let's see, Laura says, recommend doing a video thank you to everyone you interview with at the same company. Oh, great question. Absolutely. So each and every person, make sure you get their email address. They get their own personalized video, okay, with their name on it. We had another situation where there was a person they were interviewing. They sent in like 5 to different people on the team, and they forgot one person on the team. Well, the one person they forgot was like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? Why didn't I get a video? I can't believe it. I didn't get a video. You guys got video. Why didn't I get a video? Like, think about how powerful that is. Like, you're totally reverse engineering the process, and it's coming from a position of strength instead of weakness. Like, the person was like, why didn't I get a video? What did I do wrong? But I loved it. I thought it was awesome. So make sure you do. You send it out to every single person. All right. Martin also said, maybe I missed it. How do I know if I'm in the pod? Go to your LinkedIn messages on LinkedIn, and you'll see a group message, like a group text message, right? And you'll see everybody in there. I can only put 50 in each group. That's the max. So unfortunately, I couldn't put this whole group because there's more than 50 people here right now. So I made quite a few different little pods. I think I made 3 pods. Actually, I don't want to take the credit for that. My assistant did. I got Hope Mangita online with us. She's amazing, right? She just does so much work for us behind the scenes, guys. I want to announce there are a couple of people on our team that do so much work for you behind the scenes, guys. So Hope Mangita, she's amazing. She does all of our virtual introductions. She's the ones that's connecting people and opening doors. Holly is going to take some time with you guys. You're going to get individualized time with Holly. So she's online with us. So we've got a lot of support to help to make sure that we actually get results, because that's what's important. But let's go ahead, Mark, if you're ready, let's go ahead and just kick this thing off. Let's keep going.
Hey guys, yeah, thanks Trevor, and thank you all for joining in. First and foremost, guys, has this been impactful so far? Has this just really kind of transformed the way that you think about the job search, what it takes, what is necessary in this day and age to get yourself noticed, to get yourself out of the black hole? We hope that it has been impactful, that we can play a role in helping you get landed. We love those testimonials coming in. If you get landed by something that we have inspired you to do, let us know, send us a testimonial as well. So make sure that you're getting help. We know the outcome is always better when you get help, right, from the professionals. And a lot of people ask us, hey, you guys are great. You do all of this. You don't charge for any of it. Like, what can we do for you? Well, the one thing that we ask of you guys is let us know how we're doing. Let us know, has this been impactful, guys? We want your feedback. We want to know how we've impacted you, how we can continue to impact you in your search, and celebrate with you when you get landed. All right, so how many of you have heard of the 72-hour rule? Are you guys familiar with that? Have you heard of the 72-hour rule? The 72-hour rule tells us that if it didn't matter within the first 72 hours, it never will. You have 72 hours to take action on these aha moments, these light bulbs that went off, right? The notes that you took, you have 72 hours to put those into action, or the likelihood that you will is next to nothing, right? That again, this is something that gets you landed, that we have taught you something that gets you into your next successful position. So make sure that within 72 hours, sooner than that even, start putting these things into practice. And then also, congratulations. Thank you in advance. You all are going to land. You're all going to land. It's not a question of if, it's when. You are just one application away from your next successful position. Just think about it like that, right? And celebrate with us. Have a donut. Let us know when you land. We would love to celebrate with you. Us, Homer, we can all have a donut. If you don't know the story behind the donut, here in DFW, in the career transition groups, when somebody landed and we were all meeting in person, they would bring donuts in to let people know they had landed and then share their testimonial, share their story about how they got landed and where they got landed. So that's what the whole donut thing is about. If you get a contract, celebrate with a donut hole. Trevor, why do we celebrate with a donut hole?
Because it's not a whole job.
Because it's not a whole job. That's my dad joke. I'll leave you with that thought. Thank you guys for joining in. Your video that we're going to edit, you can send that as soon as you get that done. Definitely, you can send that to us.
So why don't we go ahead and do that? For those of you that want to join us at Coach's Corner, I know we didn't prepare you for that. So if you got to go, don't feel obligated. You have to join us there. This is something we do as extra support because I know you guys got questions. So if you want to hop in there, we've got a whole nother group waiting for you there. So great opportunity to network and meet some more folks.
And guys, if you'd like to get any more information about Job Forward, a branch of the AMA Job Referral Program, we are limited to helping out-of-work marketing professionals. But if you're not in marketing, I can definitely help you personally. Shoot me a LinkedIn message. I put my profile in the chat. I'll be glad to connect with you and help you in any way I can.
And go ahead and pull that up in your browser. I'll see you guys over there. Thank you so much. For those of you that are not coming to Coach's Corner, we appreciate you so much. We love you. We can't wait to get started. We can't wait to make an impact in your world. We love you so much. And make sure you, bare minimum, tune into the show on Wednesday. I want to see a bigger show than we've seen in a long time. Y'all all need to be tuning in Wednesday at 3 p.m. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you. I'll see you in just a moment.
We're here to help you. Keep your head up.